Every neighborhood has someone who goes above and beyond, the kind of person who makes their street a little bit brighter. Maybe it's the neighbor who's always lending a hand, the one chasing a dream, or the person turning their passion into purpose. Tonight, WTRF is kicking off our brand new series, Not Your Average Neighbor, celebrating the extraordinary people living on your street. And our first story is one I think will make you smile. You've heard of Friday Night Lights, but in Toronto, the real action starts on Sunday mornings. Meet the 10-year-old voice taking the Ohio Valley by storm and proving big dreams can start small. A quiet town turns electric when the Toronto Titans take the field. And listen close.
You ain't catching him. Touchdown, Cam, the man, Timmons.
That's not your average announcer.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh.
That's 10-year-old Hunter Paris, known to fans online as Hunter's House of Football.
0-4 Titans.
He calls the plays, posts NFL picks, and even interviews college and pro athletes.
I got to interview Rich Eisen, Colson Loveland, Kenneth Grant, Luther Burden, Ethan Downs, Dante Trader, and Nate Thomas.
He just has a love for sports, and he said, "Dad, I want to start my own YouTube channel and start doing NFL picks every week."
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for none other than my favorite part of the NFL season, where it really racks up the playoff.
Hunter's even turned his passion into purpose, selling t-shirts to raise money for charity and giving back to the hospital that helped him as a baby.
Donated to the Ronald McDonald in Steubenville because that's where he spent the first 20 days in the NICU at Children's Hospital.
Making Hunter not only a young broadcaster, but a fighter and someone who inspires.
Oakland has elected the punt.
It's pretty unique for a 10-year-old to say this is what I want to do and just continue to move forward with it. So I can see him hopefully one day being a sports broadcaster or hopefully maybe on ESPN.
Little trickery on the play as Cam Timmons pass to number 4, Brock Bauman, complete for a Toronto Titans first down.
Big dreams with a bigger heart and a voice that's proving you're never too young to make an impact.
You're going to be probably scared and worried the first video, but then the more used you get, the better you'll get on camera.
A kid with a microphone and a dream that's already inspiring a community. That's what Not Your Average Neighbor is all about.
It's a really unique and cool thing. I'm really happy that we've gotten this opportunity by the Toronto Titans, and then also other schools in the area are letting him come into the press box and just help him with this and really fuel that passion for him.
Number 37, Brody Calhoun with the carries.
This is Hunter Paris.
Touchdown!
And I'm Alex Taylor for 7 News. Today's Not Your Average Neighbor brought me to this small church in Triadelphia, where a story of devastation parallels a story of hope and restoration. In June, historic flash flooding tore through Triadelphia and parts of Valley Grove. Homes were ripped apart.
Just a pure devastation. What water could do, it moved pavement.
Streets washed away. Families ran for higher ground with only moments to spare.
Meeting people that were still in need of rescue and being able to help them, that changed me forever.
Lisa, among others, went out to help as many as they could. But in those early moments, 9 lives were lost. On the corner of Chapel Hill Road in Triadelphia, just feet from the destruction, one church stood untouched. Pastor Michael Palmer says he still can't explain it.
To my surprise, we didn't get a drop of water here at all.
Within hours of the rushing waters, volunteers gathered in the church parking lot with a grill and a single mission: feed anyone who needed it. However, that mission didn't stay small for long.
It just grew to where we were serving about 1,250 people a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
5 hotels were packed full of evacuees. Hundreds more had no kitchen, no power, and no home left to return to. Volunteers like Dottie Fulmer fed every single one.
We fed 1,250 people a day. We had 5 hotels with 40 people in each hotel, and we fed them breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Sometimes we're done at 6, sometimes we're done at 7:30. If people are coming, we're going to feed them.
6 months later, the work hasn't stopped.
People say, when are you going to quit? When the food runs out. And I don't think that's going to ever happen. People in the High Valley have been tremendous.
They still serve dozens of people a day, staying open as long as someone needs a hot meal. For some volunteers, this mission became personal from the day it began to rain.
We were on our way here to get diapers for my grandson, but they showed up out at the trailer court with truckloads of supplies. Like we're talking from food to diapers to shovels, ricks, whatever we needed. And God said, you need to give back. So 2 days later, I showed up here to volunteer. And this is where I've been ever since.
Rebecca's children were in the trailer court when the water rose. She was out of town when she picked up the panicked phone calls from her kids. She told them all the same thing.
My oldest daughter's calling me saying, Mom, the road washed out in front of me. What do I do? I said, get to high ground.
With destruction stretching for miles, Pastor Palmer and his volunteers realized people needed more than meals. They needed to rebuild everything they lost.
We had an evening where we had everybody affected by the flood stop here in the fellowship hall and fill out a form, their name, their address, their phone number, and what devastation they had. We took those forms, sent contractors out, remeasured everything, got the actual number, what it was, and then we went ahead and purchased it all.
Nearly 80 homes have been repaired or rebuilt since June. Walls, flooring, cabinets, electrical, whatever families needed, volunteers say it simply showed up. For many here, that's the very definition of faith in action.
And if this has taught me one thing, those floodwaters might have rushed in, but God's love and mercy rushed in right behind it, and you cannot outgive God.
Through every meal, every rebuilt wall, every hour volunteered, Pastor Palmer says their commitment remains the same.
I won't stop until everybody's taken care of. To the last person, the last person we can help is help. That's our commitment.
Still today, these 9 crosses mark the lives this valley will never forget, and the hope that this church refuses to let fade. In Triadelphia, I'm in a room lit by candlelight with antique clocks ticking and a manual typewriter sitting right on his desk. 14-year-old Skylar isn't pretending to be from the past. He's living there. He collects record players, vintage comics, old Polaroids, and even sleeps in traditional Victorian sleepwear. And when he heads to school each morning, he grabs his pocket watch, pulls on his knickerbockers, and walks out the door in clothes from another century.
About 2 years ago, I had trouble writing in school. It's like my handwriting was terrible. Couldn't write. It was like I couldn't keep my hand steady. So I was thinking, what could be what could be a solution to that? So my second thought was typewriter, right? It's like a computer, but instead of printing it out on a printer, you just type it in and it comes right out.
It was that simple idea that turned into something much bigger. As he learned how typewriters worked, it opened the door to history, engineering, and time he felt strangely connected to.
That's just how I got into it. I started learning about how people lived so many years ago and just started interpreting it into my everyday life.
Skylar now lives somewhere between 1880 and the 1940s, his favorite era to study. And he doesn't dabble in the past, he preserves it, fixing broken clocks, restoring old instruments, and keeping forgotten things alive with his own 2 hands.
This is a replica of 1875, so this is a little older. I usually aim for about 1880s to 1940s. This is where I range from.
And yes, he even rides around town on a penny farthing bicycle, towering over the sidewalk on a design from the 1800s. He knows every detail about it, from its nicknames to its engineering.
It had hundreds of names. It was called the Bone Shaker, the Bone Crusher, Velocipede, Penny Farthing. Penny Farthing comes from currency. The largest coin, the front wheel being the penny, and the small wheel being the farthing. Farthing, the smallest coin of the day and the largest coin of the day. How fast did I go on here?
38, adds you up to 38 mile an hour.
About 38 mile an hour on this bike so far.
His pop supports everything he does as well and is very proud of him. He even hopped on the bicycle himself.
There he goes.
His interests are unusual for a ninth grader, and yes, people sometimes make fun of his clothes, but Skylar doesn't even flinch. He knows exactly who he is.
Some people wear baggy clothes or ripped jeans and all that, and this is just simply what I like to wear. So other people like to wear different styles, and I like to wear my own styles. So if we're all wearing different things, we're all counted normal.
Even his younger sister laughs that she's the preppy, modern one in the family, but she's proud of him too.
He likes to wear that stuff and he's into like old stuff.
Skylar shows me how he collected recordings for his girlfriend on an old audio reel and plays his favorite songs on equipment older than his great-grandparents.
This is actually me and my girlfriend's favorite song.
And when he talks, it's like listening to an old soul in a 14-year-old's body.
For as old as it is, I didn't expect it to come this far.
He flips through old Barney Google comic strips and laughs that people today only think of the search engine.
This book is from 1924.
And his room feels like stepping back into a time machine, one that he built himself. But maybe the most remarkable thing about Skylar isn't the antiques he collects, it's his confidence.
Some make fun of my clothes, some don't. Some really like what I do, some people don't. It's like, it's mixed, right? But it's like, don't let that bother me. I don't care.
Skylar says he doesn't expect anyone else to dress like him or live like he does. He just hopes people see that being different can be something worth celebrating. And he's right. Reporting for Not Your Average Neighbor, I'm Alex Taylor, 7 News, working for you. This street that I'm on might look like your average neighborhood in the Ohio Valley, but I can assure you this house to my left at 23rd Street, Beach Bottom, West Virginia, is home to not your average neighbor. It's a small porch in a small town, but every day it's making a big difference. Sherry Clellan and her mom Linda started stocking this little pantry with $100 of their own money and some extra food they had in their basement. Since then, the shelves are rarely full for long.
People are still leaving donations and they come at night and get their whatever it is they want. You know, we're not monitoring it or anything.
What began as a one-day idea quickly turned into something much bigger. It's now drawing people from all over the community and even attention from all around the world.
We've been getting, congratulations, you're doing wonderful, from South Africa, Hawaii, England, and I'm like, we're in Beach Bottom, West Virginia.
But there are heavy moments too, like the day a woman asked if she could take a simple roll of toilet paper.
We had a woman ask us if they could have the toilet paper that we have when we were setting up one day, and it broke my heart because I thought what it took for her to walk up to us and ask us for that. You know what I mean?
Her mom, Linda, feels the same responsibility. She's especially worried about seniors and kids who are quietly struggling.
Well, when she came home and she asked me about it, she says, Mom, hear me out. And when she's talking about it, I've told her before about senior citizens I worry about, the children I worry about. And she'd say, Mom, we can only do what we can do.
So the pantry includes more than food because families need more than meals.
So I think cleaning stuff is just as important as the food, at least for children.
Helping others, she says, is simply her purpose.
And I just want to do stuff like that for people. That's all. That's all I'm here for, is just to help people. And when I help people, they're helping me.
Sherry and Linda say they've seen everyone from mothers with young children to single adults come by quietly and often at night. No judgment, no questions. Take what you need or leave what you can.
I don't think about how sad it is. I think, thank God we had it.
And as this little pantry keeps growing, Sherry says it's doing more than filling shelves. It's restoring something she didn't expect to feel.
It's just continuing on, and it's just bringing back hope that I have in humanity. You know what I mean? It's just wonderful.
Well, Sherry and her mom, Linda, assure me that they will be here as long as they continue to see a need in their community. Reporting for 7 News and Not Your Average Neighbor, I'm Alex Taylor, working for you.